Yeah.
Out of 20. So, okay. Okay, ma'am. So, with your permission, is it okay if I start the program?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
Sure, sure. No problem.
yeah. Okay. Good morning to one and all. A warm welcome to you all for today's orientation program that's on library and e-resources orientation. Now, I hope you all are, doing well with your studies and have adapted to e-learning process. And transitioning to online learning may seem like seismic shift, but as we are already coping with the e-learning, so our today's session is well related to the library and e-resources orientation by very own Dr. Meghna Sanjeeva, our own librarian of Vivekanand Education Society College of Arts, Science and Commerce. Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving a thought to this orientation program for our own students. And they are really very eager. I can see the energy in them. They are reaching out us for the books. And so it's really, they all are very happy. I'm sure that they are learning this, how to make avail of the various e-resources at our own library. Now, students, I'm so excited, first to meet you all here for MSc Part 1 students. And more on, I'm excited to introduce today's resource person, Dr. Meghna Sanjeeva. She's such a fascinating person I have ever known, Now here, just to brief out about something, some very important points about ma'am, and even I have come to know those first today itself. She's working as a librarian in Vivekananda Education Society College since '98 and has implemented various library automation, digital library, initiated several innovative practices for library management and activities for the students' engagement. Many of our students are already aware about the various activities, how the library, various activities are being always there for students' engagement programs. Now here, the ma'am has completed her PhD from SNDT University on scholarly communication and role of libraries, a study of research libraries in Mumbai in 2019. Her area of interest includes scholarly communication, open access, academic and research libraries, skill required by LIS professional, that's Library of Science, Information Science, metrics and evaluation, and redesigning library spaces. She has completed one minor research on the evolving world of scholarly communication, impact and implication for college libraries in Mumbai from University Grant Commission. Now here, she has set up libraries of new upcoming sister institutions, and her contribution, immensely in several quality assurance initiative of our college. And I can say she has worked in the steering committees in for the accreditation of the college many of the times. She has she's working as a SWAM coordinator for the college, which I know, uh, it's very important program, and even I'm going to ask ma'am's guidance for the same after this session is over. And always career advancement schemes for the college which are meant for the teachers, so she is a member of that committee also. uh, I just take few words, apart from the various publication, I can see 13 publication on the list, and short-term courses she has completed. She has organized many seminars and conferences, not only for our college, but for the other colleges also. Here, I would just like to emphasize, on awards and prizes she has received, and she has got scholarship to attend FSCI 2020. That's, I know, Foundation for Social Change and Inclusion. I hope I'm right, ma'am. Uh, travel grant for attending the IFLA 2018 conference in Malaysia, and I was very excited when I heard that ma'am is going to attend this conference. She's university rank holder at MLISC in 1990, and she has received first merit position in the Masters of Library and Information Science and third position in the Bachelor's of Library of Information and Science examination held in 1997, and Emerald Indian LIC Research Fund Award in 2010 for the research proposal that's the evolving world of scholarly communication, impact and implication for academic and research libraries. A lot of efforts, it's I'm just reading out, but so much lot of efforts have to be put on to get such awards. With this, I just want to say students never quit reading books, rather develop an everlasting connection with them. So make most of your time. And so we have Meghna ma'am here to give you the orient you for the e-resources in our library. Over to you, Meghna ma'am.
A very good morning to one and all, and thank you, Pooja ma'am, for the warm introduction. But I would like to introduce myself in just one sentence. I am here as your librarian to support all your information needs. So whatever is your requirement, you can always feel free to contact me. Okay. So with this, I think we can begin the session for today.
Okay,
What
ma'am.
I actually, yes, ma'am.
Should I stop my presentation,
Yes,
screen
yes, please. Then I
presentation?
can share. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, just a minute.
Yeah.
Yes. Um, yeah, ma'am.
Yes. So in today's session, what we will be doing is basically we will be covering 2 or 3 different access resources that we have subscribed as a college. That is, one is Enlist, and second is the ebook databases that which we have. So these are 2 major things that you must know. And apart from that, the session we will cover is will also give you information about some free and open access resources that you can use. I'm sure all of you, being the Google generation, are very familiar with searching Google for each and every small thing. But now, when you are at a postgraduate level and when you are studying and searching Google for academic requirements, your approach to search should be slightly different. And this is what I want to primarily orient you all about, that you cannot be searching Google the way you search for your regular need. I want to find a restaurant close to my house. I want to find a dress for this occasion, or any other things, simple things that you want to know somebody's birthday, about a national leader, or about a famous personality. That time when we search Google, it's a very casual approach to search Google. But now, when we are doing it for an academic purpose, when we are doing with a specific target to find out authentic information, our approach to searching has to be completely different. So this is what we will be covering. Please feel free to put your difficulties in the chat box. I will try and keep looking at the chat box for any comments from you. If you feel that you want to stop me at a particular point to ask a query to get it clarified, I am open to that. Okay, no need to wait for the entire session to get over and then ask for the query. It is fine if we are interacting. So what I will primarily do is I will first finish presenting my PPT, and I will practically demonstrate 2-3 important resources that I wish to emphasize on after I complete my PPT. Is that fine for all of you? You can just write in the chat box, then I will also understand. Okay, I will finish. Pooja ma'am, is that okay?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, perfectly fine.
Okay.
Even I'm looking at the chat box. In case I get the queries, I will,
Yes.
in between, I will tell you.
Okay, okay.
Okay.
So is my screen visible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah, okay. So welcome on behalf of the VES College of Arts, Science and Commerce. I welcome you all to this session, and it is really very nice that with the restriction that we have currently, where we are not able to meet physically, all of us are meeting at least virtually on this platform. So it is very good to interact with students always. So to begin with, I will be covering these following things in my presentation. First is what the library offers. Physically, though we are restricted, we should at least know what the library currently has. Then we will be actually concentrating on Enlist. InFed, this is the ebooks platform that we have developed for the college. Some other online free resources. Then evaluating information. It is very important that we do not pick up each and everything that is available on the internet and use it in our academic work. So we need to understand how to evaluate the particular information. Then we should also know, now that you are at postgraduate level and you have a component of research, and many of you will also be carrying out research further. So it is very important to understand the predatory journals, the UGC care list, and things about plagiarism that we need to be careful about. So broadly, those who are familiar with the library know the library that we have more than 60,000 books. As far as our ebook collection, we have more than 1 lakh books, most of which are coming from the Enlist platform, and also the e-journals primarily coming from the Enlist. In all subjects together, we have more than 6,000 e-journals also. Okay, the library also has theses of the students who have completed their PhD and MSc by research in chemistry. So a leading department of the college. We know that there is a lot of research activity going on in the college, and we hope that all of you will also be contributing to this. Okay, so basically when we see what the library offers right now, since all of us are not on campus, we can see that we have linked all the 3 major things from the library website. I'm sure all of you have visited the college website, and here you can see the Webopack, Enlist, and e-resources. So what is Webopack? Webopack is primarily a database to search the physical books available in the library. Okay, so this also you will be able to access from your home currently. See, this is the simple search box that we have, and here you can search simply by the name of the author, by the title of the book, or the topic that you are looking for. So why I am telling you this right now is, if possible, and with whatever government rules and regulations, if physical issue of books will be possible in some due course, that time what you can do is you can actually search this Webopack from your home, find out a particular book that you are looking for, and mail that title to us, so that we keep the book ready for you when you come to issue. So with minimum contact, minimum stay in the campus, you can take the book and go home. Okay, so that this is why I am telling you about this particular arrangement that we have, that you can search all the physical copies, the hard copies of the books available in the library from this slim software which is available. The demonstration part I will do one by one once we finish the PPT. So, okay, this is the first thing, that is the Webopack, where you can search the physical books. Okay, once you search for a particular title, then you will get information about this particular book. You can either scan this QR code and you will get this information, or you can just mention the title and the author of the book and send it to us, so that we can keep the books ready for you. Okay. The second thing is this Enlist database. Now, many of you, rather most of you, must have received the Enlist logins. Have you all received? You can just mention in the chat box. Those who have not received, actually most of you must have received, because we have activated the logins for Enlist for all the Part 1 students. Please check your mail properly, okay, and activate your Enlist logins. From this Enlist platform, you will get a lot of ebooks and e-journals which will be available to access to you from your homes. So this is the right time where you can start using when you have to do your project or seminar. So you will have this resource with you. Okay, so Enlist also, how to search, how to go about, we will, I will demonstrate that to you once I finish this presentation. So each of the students must have got their logins. So activate your logins and set up your passwords and you can start using Enlist. And see, these are the resources in Enlist. You can see a list of publishers from whom you can get journals. So see, Royal Society of Chemistry, there are 29 titles which are accessible to you. Annual Reviews has 33 titles, many of which are related to chemistry. Indian Journals has some journals in science and technology. You have Institute of Physics, you have American Institute of Physics. So some areas, like quantum chemistry, then you have some part of it which is overlapping, some part from the analytical also will be available in this. So there are many journals which are available through this particular platform, and here you can see the entire list of publishers from where ebooks are also available. Okay, not that each and every book that you require will be available, but many of the books or some alternative titles, try and explore good reading material. So suppose a particular reference is mentioned, it is not that you will find that it only in that particular book. You may find it in many other books presented in a much better way. So try and explore these different options which are available. So these are the various ebooks which are available through the Enlist platform. Now, second is this. So based on the need of our students and the recommendations of our teachers, we have right now, okay, this platform that we have developed, we have primarily developed in the lockdown period only. We are using an open source software for this. So what we have done is we have linked several publishers. You can see McGraw-Hill, Sage, Eschand, Wiley. So some of the publishers from whom we want books and which are not available to us through Enlist, we have tried to procure and make it available to the students here. So for this also, every student's login is created. I will tell you how to go about it. And I will also today share a mail with Pooja ma'am, which she can share with the entire class as steps to how to go about in INFED and what will be your login name and other things. Again, I will be practically demonstrating this step by step to you once I finish the presentation. So 3 primary things, that is the WebOpac, that is how to search the physical books, Enlist, which is a huge database of books and journals, and this page, that is the INFED page, where we can search specific books that we have bought as a college. Okay, shall I continue?
Yes, I think nothing they have posted in the chat box.
Yeah.
So, ma'am, you can continue.
So far, I hope this is clear, and you can ask again because I can understand that we have to go step by step when I demonstrate things, and when you do things, you will have queries. Then it is fine that you can ask me later anytime on mail, message, whatever. Okay. Then INFED, once we log in, we will get different screens like this to open. Now, this I will also show you when I am showing you Enlist, that there are certain steps that you need to be very careful, that you have to enable all the cookies in the browsers. Okay, without which it will show errors, and then clear your cache. Otherwise, it keeps giving some kind of errors. So please be careful about these 2 things, that you have to allow all cookies and clear your cache. Now we proceed to some free and open source resources that all of us can use. But before that, I would like you to look at this particular slide and understand the different type of literature that all of us are using. So there are 3 basic types: the primary literature, secondary literature, and tertiary literature. So what is primary literature? Primary literature means original research reports, new scientific discoveries, and other things. So this is where all your journals will come. So this is the primary, means you have not found it anywhere else. You are finding it. It is published here in this particular topic or this particular matter is published in the journal, so that is primary literature. What we read in books and review articles. What are review articles? Review articles means somebody has done research and the other person is finding 10 similar papers and then is presenting them collectively in a manner and having its own analysis, that what is good in this paper, what is missing in this particular paper. That will be a part of a review paper. So you have a research paper, you have a review paper. So the research paper is classified as primary literature, whereas a review paper and books and other things, which is something that is already published. See, a topic, for example, you can say nanotechnology. When it came, there was a lot of research, so the articles were appearing only in journals. As and when the topic got very well established, well researched, we started getting a lot of books on nanotechnology. So then it becomes the secondary literature. And what is tertiary literature? Tertiary literature is something that helps you find primary literature. So for example, you want it, and any kind of an index which leads you to finding a secondary literature or a primary literature is primarily classified as a tertiary literature. So any kind of handbooks, dictionary, something that leads you to the original source. So in our case, as far as research and academic literature is concerned, here it means indexing and abstracting and citation databases. So whatever helps us to find the primary literature is the tertiary literature. Okay, so this primary classification you should just know as a matter of what you are using for which purpose. Okay, so a teacher has asked you to make notes on a particular topic. What you will do is you will refer to different books. But tomorrow when you have to develop a seminar paper or a new topic, you cannot have information only from books. You need to present current and updated information, and therefore you will also search primary literature. So please keep this in mind when to use which type of literature. That is extremely important to understand. Okay. Second, now we go to some free and open source resources. See, all of us have been using Google. Have you all used Google Scholar? All of you? Many of you must have used Google Scholar. What is the difference between Google and Google Scholar? Google will give you everything under the sun. It will find restaurants for you. It will find a petrol pump for you. It will help you with shopping. It will help you with any person's biography. But what will Google Scholar do? Google Scholar will find out only specific research-based papers. Okay, so majorly journal articles or reports or reviews, very specifically related to academic research is what Google Scholar will find out. So along with Google Scholar, there are also various other similar search engines like the Microsoft Academic Search. And my experience over all this period says that Microsoft Academic Search also gives excellent results as far as the primary literature is concerned, as far as good references for research papers are concerned. So there are many others, Semantic Search, there is Lens, Core. Now this is also one very important search engine called as Core. Here what is the speciality of this search engine is that it will help you find the open access resources. What do I mean by open access resources here is, I mean that full paper, full text of a paper that you will get. Any research paper. See, journal ko humko subscribe karna padta hai. That means we have to pay for getting a particular journal. Not all journals are available to us on the internet, and not every college is in a position to buy all the journals that we require. But there are some journals which are made open for all the students and researchers to read. So these are called as open access journals, where the full article will be available. Otherwise, in most cases, you will get abstract level information, and then you have to actually see whether your institute is having that particular journal or not. But from core, you will get only full text open access resources. So primarily, please remember to try and explore Microsoft Academic Search also. It is a very good search engine, and also try using core. Okay. For ebooks, I am sure all of you use many sites for ebooks. Many of them are pirated sites, BOK Asia, this, that. I do not want to go into that because you will have many other options to search for ebooks than I can actually give you. But some of the legal and proper ways of finding ebooks are Directory of Open Access Books. So these books are from this site, that is DOAB, Directory of Open Access Books, are completely available to us from cover to cover. So many standard good books we get here. Not that I am saying that you will get your Vogel and other things, but you will get many other books which are useful. Then there is Intech Open Access Books. Here also you get very good books. All of you have heard about Project Gutenberg and Google Books. So here also you can get a lot of books. See, Internet Archive is a very good source. Here you get many good books. And in many cases, what happens is the book may be available to you as a digital lending. That means that book will be accessible to you maybe for 7 days or 10 days and so on. Okay, so but you get many books through this Internet Archive. So you can explore these various options. And very importantly, now we have the National Digital Library of India. It is one of the major projects of Government of India, from where we can access a lot of ebooks available. So all the books which are out of the copyright period are made accessible from the National Digital Library of India. So these are some of the sites from where you can access various ebooks. Right now what I'm talking is about all free resources. Okay. So this is how the National Digital Library of India looks like. You can check. Here there is an option of login. Each student can create his or her own login. Rather, each citizen, any citizen of India can do this. This does not require any kind of institutional affiliation. Okay. Now, all of you, I'm sure, understand the difference between a journal and a magazine. So a magazine, like a science reporter or something, will give you information about any scientific phenomena or any scientific discovery in a format where a layman can understand. Whereas a journal will give you very specific scientific methodology which only a person from that particular subject will understand. Okay, so you have a lot of science magazines, but you also have a lot of scientific subject specific journals. Like you have journals in chemistry, but you also have journals in organic chemistry. You also have specific journals in each and every particular topic also. Okay, so there are a lot of journals. Chemistry is a very vast area, area where there is a lot of research going on in the entire world. So a lot of literature is also published continuously. All it is not possible for anybody to lay hand on the entire literature that is available, but there are options, ways and means to find out good scientific literature that all of us can use. So we have the Directory of Open Access Journals, in which again here you will get full text e-journals in the specific field. So here you can see, if I have searched for a particular subject, I can see the various. Now, for example, these are some of the subtopics in psychology. So I can see various topics. So suppose here you write chemistry, you will be able to find out various journals in chemistry. Now, when we are searching Google or Google Scholar specifically, or anything on Chrome. So suppose you are using the search engine Google Scholar, or you are using the search engine Microsoft Academic Search. These are two simple tools. You know, they are tools which can be added to Chrome as extensions. So if a particular article is available full text, it will directly take you to that version of the article. What happens is there are some journals which make some papers free after a particular time, say after 2 years, after 2.5 years. That journal issue is completely free. So in 2020, maybe you get 2018 papers free from some journals. So if you have this added to your Chrome browser as extensions, this is called LS is Lazy Scholar. Okay, this is also a Chrome and Firefox extension. And Unpaywall, this is also a Chrome and Firefox extension, which all of you can very easily use. Okay. So similarly, when we come to specific archives for your subject, what are archives here? A lot of research paper by scientists over the world are made accessible to the students or researchers, because there is a strong movement going on in the world that research is for the betterment of the society. And as scientist, it is my responsibility to make my work accessible to all the other researchers. Okay, so now if we consider this concept and understand the coronavirus vaccine, we can understand that any kind of vaccine development has been a process which takes more than almost 7, 8, 10 years, because a lot of research goes on. There are a lot of clinical trials. There is a complete protocol which is required for a development of a vaccine. But now we can see that the vaccine has come out maybe in a year's time. And why is that so? There are many factors. First, the entire world has invested in that. Funds are very important for research, you understand. There are also major things that all the very good scientists are engaged in this work. But there is also a very important concept that scientists are now sharing data with each other. The closeness which was there initially amongst the scientists to not share data is now becoming different, and they are changing. So suppose I have committed these mistakes, I am openly saying that I have done till this stage, and beyond this I am not able to do. Somebody can take it forward. So data and research is shared among scientists, and that is why today we can see a lot of discoveries, coronavirus vaccine being one of them, that why this kind of development is happening so soon and so fast. It is because researchers are now sharing their research work openly without having to go to specific journals, and if I don't have access, then I am not able to see those journals, nothing like that. So there are several repositories. ChemArchive is a specific repository for chemistry, which all of you should explore. It has very good publications, which are later part of the Royal Society of Chemistry, ACS, that is the American Chemical Society, and all other good society publications. In physics also, why I am particularly also giving you examples from physics and biology are because there is a lot of interdisciplinary work that many of you may carry out, and these subjects do overlap. So biology, physics, there are various archives also which are available. Okay. Now thesis and dissertations. As I told you, we have in our library 31 theses of students who have finished MSc by research and PhD from our institutions. Similarly, the Indian repository for thesis is Shodh Ganga. So every researcher now, as per the university and the UGC guidelines, has to now deposit a copy of his or her research in this Shodh Ganga repository. And this Shodh Ganga repository has the entire thesis of a student available, a PhD student available for reference. But that does not mean that it is open, that we can just copy paste. Please remember, dear students, it is very easy to get information now in the digital world, but it is equally easy to get caught. So please do not resort to any unethical means when you are doing And this foundation has to be strong right from your studies, your PG days, where you will actually get engaged in all this. Just copy pasting does not serve the purpose. You need to write it properly, reference it, paraphrase it in your own words, and give proper citations. These are some basic rules that you need to follow when you are doing a particular piece of research. Okay, so Shodhganga is the Indian repository, and similarly these two, Network Digital Library and Open Access Thesis, these give you theses of around the world. So you can actually compare and contrast. So somebody has done work, say in biomolecules, you can see the Indian thesis and you can see similar theses of various university abroad also. So you can understand the approach in each thesis, what kind of an approach the researcher has taken. All this helps you to develop your own research problem, to see how to go ahead and have your set of experiments for your own research work, and so many other things. Why do we refer to various things? We refer to various things to see whether the way we are thinking is correct or not. Okay, so this way we can see various so this is the Network Digital Library of Thesis and Dissertations, which you can see from here. Okay, just a minute. Okay, so we were at this, and Network Digital Library is also one of the very important resource. Now you know that there is a lot of online learning and teaching that is happening all over, and there are various websites and various courses that all of you can also do. So suppose your syllabus has some restriction that and something new and very important comes up, you can always take up a small course from any of these listed course open learning and open options that they are free of charge. Many of them, only sometimes a Coursera course charges for certification. I would primarily want you to see this EPG Pathshala, dear students. EPG Pathshala, as the name suggests, is the e-content for all PG courses. That is all postgraduate courses. And Swayam, as you all know, is the Indian government's initiative, where it has a lot of free online courses, and there is certification which all of us will get if we appear for their proctored exam. Okay, so there are many like this. I'm sure all of you have used Khan Academy when you were students. The explanation of simple concepts in Khan Academy is very good. Now we can see that YouTube has become our biggest teacher, the greatest teacher, that it has taught us so many things over this period, right from making cakes, from recipes, to learning important concept in our syllabus. YouTube has also been a very good teacher. We can see so many things and such good teachers teaching small tricks and tips for learning maths, science, physics, chemistry, so many other good things. I mean, I am making full use of so many Khan Academy videos and some YouTube videos to teach something to my own children. They are very, very helpful. So if you want to revisit some concept, if you want to understand the concept clearly, you can also make use of all these different small YouTube videos, Khan Academy videos. They are excellent videos with giving us good tips, but you should be able to pick up the correct one. Now, Khan Academy, there is nothing to worry. All the videos are, very clear and done by authentic sources. Whereas on YouTube, you may have to actually find out which is the best one. Correct? So, but I would request all of you to see EPG Pathshala. Here you will get very good notes for the topics of your curriculum. These are based on the UGC model curriculum for each of the courses. So these are some of the important online learning resources, okay, where you can take up courses also. Now coming to specific resources in chemistry, you all know, if I don't know, many of you might be knowing that there are three in sciences. There are three important abstract and indexing databases, or you also call them as citation databases. One of the most important for chemistry being SkyFinder. Now, please remember, SkyFinder, Web of Science, and Scopus are not free. We do not have access to them. But as being students of chemistry, you must be knowing these three as very, very important resources. Through our university tie-up or through your faculty members, sometimes for some particular thing, you can get access for SkyFinder. Okay? From the university or from ICT, we can help you out to get access to this particular databases in case if any of your teacher says that yes, for this work the student requires to access this. So what these databases will primarily give you is, if you are doing a research on, say, suppose green chemistry, so it will give you a list of recent references and the various subtopics in green chemistry, and then you can further go and read in those particular journals about it. So they are citation and indexing databases which are very, very important for chemistry students. Then you know that there are certain very good publishers who publish good research. So American Chemical Society, the Royal Society of Chemistry, Springer, Wiley, Elsevier. These are 5 publishers which are very important for chemistry students. And it is not that if we do not have access, that means मुझे कुछ नहीं मिलेगा. If you go to their websites, many of the articles are made free full text after a certain point, or some of the articles are open access. So without going to actually SkyFinder or Web of Science, if you go to these particular publishers' website and search, definitely abstract level information you are going to get. Abstract level information which you are surely going to get, and then we can try for different means to get the entire journal articles. Okay. You also know that patents are a very important source for research and for students in chemistry particularly. So now Google has also come out with Google Patent Search. It is also a very good tool, again free for all of us to access. So Google Patent Search is also very good and very important. Similarly, the Indian Patent Office has its database also, which we can search freely from their website. So patent basic level information we can all find out from these free resources. What are some of the important points that I want you to remember is authenticity, plagiarism. Okay, authentic information, plagiarism, and predatory journals are 3 things that you must understand. Now, whatever is available on the internet does not mean that it is authentic, it is accurate, it is correct. Okay, you are in the science discipline. So any information which is 5 years old also becomes very old, because there is a lot of research which has been developed and done which has advanced that particular subject or subtopic now. So it is very important to understand the currency of information. You have to see when this particular web page was updated. Is it giving me correct information? But if I am finding some historical information, a 10-year-old site is also fine for me. But when I am in medicine, when I am in chemistry, when I am in the sciences, I need to be very careful about the currency of information. That is, कभी update हुआ है, ये कभी page लिखा गया है. Who has written this page? Can I write something on chemistry? No, I am not an authority to do so. But if there is some information coming from the department of Mumbai University's chemistry department, if it is coming from any of the IIT's chemistry department, yes, it is authentic information. So these are small pointers that all of you must see before picking up any information. Anybody can write on the internet. So tomorrow Meghna Sanjeev will put up 4 or 5 paragraphs copying from here and there and put up on the internet. So tomorrow if you pick it up, it is incorrect because I am not an authority. So जब हम book कोई भी हाथ में लेते हैं, don't we evaluate it? We see कि नहीं इसका मेरे को सेट का पसंद नहीं आता है, मेरे को हिमालय का बुक अच्छा लगता है. Why? Because it has been your experience. So similarly, evaluate the information when you are picking up information from the internet. Just do not copy it, and just because everything is on the internet doesn't make it correct, accurate, and right. Okay, please keep this in mind. There are different parameters, that who has written the information, whether they have given proper references, what is the objective to write particular information, how current is the information, is the topic suitably covered, and so on. So some of the criteria which we require to evaluate the information are this. And there is also a test called as a CRAP test. Okay, what is CRAP? Same parameters: currency, relevance, authority, accuracy, and purpose. We use this word CRAP na. See, ye kya CRAP hai? So if the information doesn't fit in any of these criteria, see, they have given us what is red, so where we have to stop. It's too outdated a source. No, we do not want to go ahead. It is not related. The author is an unknown. He's not an expert in the field, so we do not want. So these are some of the pointers where we should stop and not take that information. Then here you need to think what more you want. And from this green, as the signal lights, yes, you can go ahead with this particular information. So we need to evaluate information that we are using from the internet. Now, wherever we are writing something, we have to give proper references. And references writing is a very important part for all of you when you are doing your seminar work, when you are doing any kind of research work. In that, writing references properly is very, very important. This by itself is a very big topic. So I would just like to tell you that each journal has a different citation style. Each subject discipline uses a particular referencing style. So depending on our requirement, or a university may lay down guidelines for you, college may lay down certain guidelines for you. So you have to follow those guidelines very strictly. You have to adhere to those guidelines very strictly, and then only you can further write the references properly. Okay, so writing the references by itself is a very big topic. How to write them, what are the various tools. But at this point of time, I would just like you to understand that there is a certain way, a certain nomenclature by which you have to write references, and you have to use certain tools. Now there are a lot of tools. There was a time when all of us manually wrote down each and every reference. Now you have different tools like Zotero, Mendeley, and automatic citation generators, which you can use. But primary thing is you have to understand that what reference writing, what is reference writing, and how to do it. Then the tool can be of use. Okay, so at this point of time, you only need to know that when you are picking up information from some source, do not write it as your own information. Please give suitable references. Please give due credit to whoever has written that particular reference. Okay. And plagiarism. As I said, if you copy today, in today's world, it is very easy to get caught also. Okay. Sometimes we do it unintentionally, and sometimes it is done intentionally. But in whatever case, there are softwares which now detect what is copied, whether you have copied exact word to word, whether you have copied 4 words, 5 words, everything comes out very, very clearly in the software. So whenever we are sending research papers outside, whenever a thesis has to be evaluated, all this runs through the anti-plagiarism software, and the report is generated. So at master's level, when you are doing work, please take care that you do proper referencing so that there is no issue of plagiarism at all. Okay, give proper references, take notes when you are writing down, and then write it in your own words. And once you write in your own words, then give the proper reference to that particular point, and you can avoid plagiarism completely in your paper. So you need to be aware that you are not supposed to just copy and paste. Okay. Now, I had also mentioned about open access journals where entire full text is available to you. But at the same time, what happened is that there were many people who came up with many journals with the objective to earn money. And they used to ask the authors to pay quite a lot of amount. Okay. So, and there was no academic rigor in this publication. See, open access journals also ask the author to pay, but there is a proper peer review process. मतलब कोई और वो document को पढ़ता है, समझता है कि whether it is worth publishing और फिर ही publish करता है. But predatory में ऐसा कुछ नहीं होता है. 4,000 रुपया मैंने दिया, मेरा पेपर 4 दिन में publish हो गया. So this is not correct way. And we should not get into such practices. The earlier we learn about all this and our ethical foundations are strong right from the beginning of our postgraduate degree, I am sure all of us will be very careful whenever we are doing further work. So now in India, UGC has given a list of journals, that is the UGC care list, and if the journal is listed in this list only, it will be considered as a proper publication. Otherwise, it is not. So this list by default eliminates all the predatory journal. The word predatory, it comes from the scientific term of prey and predator. You understand, all of us have learned it in school. Okay, shikar karne wala. So this way, they make us all shikar of their bad practices. Okay, so predatory journals comes from the word predator. So we do not want to engage ourselves in such kind of bad practices. UGC has already taken care and made a list so that we can contribute only to that particular list. Okay, so now whatever I have been saying all this while, what we have done is we have also linked many of the resources from our library web page. This is the college library's web page. So e-resources, open access, some things which are important for research. We have tried and linked it here because it is not possible for you to now remember so many things. So if you want to go back, now you have the facility of going back to the recording. You have the facility that you can go to this website and you can also check for various other options that we have given on the website. Okay. So to conclude, and before I demonstrate the use of Enlist and InFed, I would like to tell you that, see, be very clear in your mind what information you are looking for. And to be clear, it is a continuous process and it can be refined only by reading and understanding your topic well. Okay, and I mentioned very clearly that a proper search strategy is required to be adopted. You cannot search Google the way you are searching for general things when you are doing serious academic work. Okay, there are many resources which will be available, but what we need to pick up and what we need to use for our academic purpose will be based on our need at that point, and we should be able to pick up good, authentic information. Evaluate the information before use and follow all the ethical guidelines while doing the academic work. Okay, I am going to stop sharing right now. Okay, this is okay. So this was about the presentation. Madam, now I will actually show them Enlist and
Yes.
InFed. Huh?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay, do the students want to take any break or anything? Or
I'll just ask.
in case they have any questions about all this, they are free to ask me, or they can ask me later also. Okay, not a problem. My email ID you can share with them. So
Okay.
whatever is required, I will answer their query. So now I will practically show them Enlist, and I will show them the InFed page, that is our ebooks page that we have created recently in this lockdown for students to access.
Yes, ma'am. I think we can go ahead with that.
Okay. Is my screen visible? Enlist, can everybody see Enlist now?
No, ma'am.
Oh, okay. Just a minute. Now can you see Enlist?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So this is Enlist, and this is accessible to us as college from the UGC, and all the logins for every student are created for MSc Part 1 students also. Those students whose VS ID is not done, they might not have received the logins for this particular Enlist. But as and when their VS ID is created, we can also, we will automatically create their Enlist logins. But meanwhile, you can also mail to me in case your logins are not ready. Okay, so as I have shown you the various e-resources, now I will first actually log in from my account and show you. I don't know why it is giving me this error. Yeah. Okay, so once I log in like this, I will have to access on this tab e-resources. Okay, this I had shown you that we have so many e-journals. Some of the important ones for our chemistry students are Royal Society of Chemistry, Cambridge University Press, Institute of Physics, annual reviews. These are, and in American Institute of Physics. These are some standard publishers from where we can get good e-journals, which will be accessible to all of us. And several publishers for e-books, you know, Cambridge Books, EBSCO, Springer. Now, what are important for science, I will specifically tell you is the Springer ebooks is very important. Then you also have this eBrary. This is a multi-publisher link. You know, in this link you have options from various publishers which you will get. It is not specifically like Oxford or Cambridge or McGraw-Hill, anything like that. It is a common link for many publishers. So here we have more than 1 lakh ebooks available. So I would request all of you to explore these 3 links. Springer, which is very useful to our students in chemistry, Taylor and Francis. McGraw-Hill again, many of the books are on the same link of eBrary. Okay, and here you also have this World eBooks Library. Now we have this available from the National Digital Library of India, which I explained some time back. Okay, so these are the various ebooks publishers. Now, how do you search? You have a simple search button here. Okay, and here this is the search box in which you can search with the help of the title of the book or the topic or the author's name as usual. In case of journal, what happens is it is not searching to the level of the article, but it is only searching the journal title. See, it is very clearly written here. You may search for journal title, words in title and publisher. But for books, you can search the title, you directly get the book. But journal, it will search only the journal title. Okay. So suppose we do something, for example, green chemistry, then we will be able to find out. Okay, it is showing me some error. Let me check. I don't know why it is giving me this error. Let me log in again. Okay. So actually it is in this search box that we can clearly search whatever is our requirement, and we are able to get the required information. So I will try actually searching again, and let me see why this is happening. Because see, this itself is giving wrong, though the captcha that I am entering is again. Maybe we can try after 5 minutes. So now it has logged in. Let me see if I am able to search now. So these students will be accessible to you with your own login. No, I think there is some error going on. Yeah, it is an error from their side, but we will be able to resolve it shortly. Let's see. Meanwhile, we can also check in the InFed page that the college has created. Okay, can all of you see this new page, InFed page?
Yes, it's there, ma'am.
Yeah. So this is the website IDP VSASC, and as I showed you, it is linked from our college website also directly. Okay. So you need not remember the address and all. Both Enlist and this has been linked from our college website here under the library heading. So Enlist link is here, and this link of InFed e-resources of campus, this link is here. So once you go come to the college website, you can click on this and the same link will open. Okay. So no need to remember anything. It is directly linked to the college website and it is here. Now what we have done is whatever are the ebooks available, we have linked the list here. You can see ebook list. Okay. This list will give you which ebooks are available in from this particular list. So in chemistry, you can see Jagdamba Singh, this is a book required by students. Then Kalsi, then physical chemistry, Kapoor, Pillai, organic chemistry, okay. McMurray, it's the general chemistry book. Then basic concepts of, excuse me, basic concepts of inorganic chemistry. So physical chemistry, Behel, Christian analytical chemistry, Silverstein, spectrometric identification method. So many books in chemistry, NMR, okay, problem, Wiley problem series. So many books in chemistry are available in this, as well as a lot of books are also available on the Enlist platform. Unfortunately, I don't know why it was giving this error, but once I show this, I will also try and see why we are not able to get that and check once again. So here what you have to do is you have to go to a particular publisher's site. Okay, before that, as I mentioned earlier, you have to clear your cache and keep all the cookies open. And how you will do it is you have to just do a Control H on the Chrome browser and do it. Okay, I will show you that also. So here you can log in to the Wiley page. Please remember, do not use this login. Okay, username, password, this login, please do not use. Use this option called as single sign on. Okay, use the option called as single sign on. When you click on this option, you will it will welcome you to this particular screen, and here there will be a list of various institutions. Because I have logged in several times, it is keeping my option of VS on, but it will show you IIT Madras, it will show you IIT Guwahati, Shiv Nadar University, and our name in some in this publisher. You select Vivekananda Education Society, and then you go ahead. Okay, here it will give you this login screen where you have to enter your VES ID. Okay, students, please remember, in Enlist also you have to use your VES ID. Your logins are made using the VES ID, and here also you have to use your VES ID. Now, one small thing that I would tell you is, please keep the passwords common so that you don't have to struggle with passwords. Okay, this mail which I am going to send to Pooja ma'am today, it will also have a link which will allow you to change the password. So Enlist password you can set on your own. This password also you can set on your own. So please keep all your Google Classroom and this password same so that there is no hassle, no confusion at your end. Okay, so here I am entering. In your case, what will happen is your email ID will be your login name, and by default we have set your password as your first name @ your student ID. So suppose there is a student Pooja Chawla. So her ID will be pooja.chawla@ves.ac.in, and her default password will be Pooja @ her student ID, that is 1 2 3 4 5. Student ID is given to you. It is a part of your email also. So that password you can later on change. So when I come to this step, I will do login and it will ask me this. I select the first option and I say accept. Now see, it is giving me this particular error. Why it is giving me this error? That is why I wanted to show this. It is because my cookies and my cache is not clear. Now I will show you how to clear that. So just do a Control-H. Okay, your browser will open. Then it will say clear browsing data. Here you have to say, then I will say clear browsing data in the last 24 hours or 1 hour. Whenever I have used this before some time also. So it is giving me, so I have to clear this. And how will you enable all your cookies? You will go to privacy and security. And here there is an option, see cookies and other side. So I have already enabled them. So it is saying cookies are allowed. If you have enabled them, you will get this option. If you have not enabled them, you will not get this particular option. Okay. So I have to clear the cookies, I have to clear the cache, and then I will be able to go ahead. Okay. So now I will shut this. I will go to the page. I will go to Wiley. Again, I will log in to avoid this problem and go on single sign-on option. Okay. So always clear your browser and your cookies. Select Vivekananda Education Society. Again, it is giving me this error. I will have to check. So this way, okay. It is still showing me this error. I have to really see, but meanwhile I will show you the other things. See, for example, in Copy Kitab, here I have to just enter my email ID. Okay, once I enter my email ID, the entire list of books will open. Now from here you can see which all books. So for example, this book, Organic Chemistry, I can click on here. It will open up the book for me. Similarly for all this also, once you log in, you will be able to, I will see what is the error. Other method. Okay. So see this, now we have logged into the Wiley page. Okay. And when we click on the bookshelf here, now from here you can see all the books that we have purchased. Okay. For example, Analytical Chemistry. When you click on this Read Online, the entire book will open for you. And here you can see that it is showing our name. Okay. So this is our particular list of all our books. So now here you can see this book. That is the 7th edition of this particular book. Now you can go page by page like this by scrolling, or from here you will get the index, okay, chapter wise. So suppose you want to study this chapter 11, you can directly go to chapter 11 from here, okay, and it will, this, now see the clarity, now it is clear. You can zoom in, you can increase the size of the font, you can zoom into 200. If you want to read bigger, fit to height, you have various options here, okay. You can go directly to any chapter, and there is an option that you can annotate a particular thing also, okay. So if you want to copy something from here, see how you can do it. You copy this, it will remain. So page to page, you can see 429 pages remaining. So this entire book you can see like this from here, okay. These were the Wiley titles. So suppose you want to use this book, Understanding NMR Spectroscopy, same way, click on this. See, please remember that these books you will not be able to download complete books cover to cover and keep on your desktop. You will have to access them like this and use it. Okay, so this is another book that we have. Okay, so from here we can also see the various chapters of this book. Now I want to go to the advanced topic. I go to this topic directly and start studying when, like a physical book when we have in hand. Okay, so these are specific books that we have purchased as a college, considering the recommendations from the various faculty, various departments. So if you come across some books, you can always tell it to your teacher that these books we are looking for. We don't know what will be the status of the lockdown in future. So if possible, we will try and make the books available, if they are available to us as a college model for ebooks. So see, you can read the entire ebooks from here. The book is available. You can just maneuver and go to any chapter from here this way and you can read. So it's not that just because the physical library is closed, you are not getting access to anything. There are many books that we have made available through this particular platform, InFed, as well as there are many books that you can get from Enlist also. And your teachers are taking great efforts to give you maximum notes and other things. Together, I think you will not face any problem with the notes of the teachers, these books. In case there is any specific reference that you are looking for, you can always mail it to me, tell me, and in consultation with your teachers, we will see how best to make it available. So we were trying to look at this one book from Copy Kitab. We can see that the book is still loading. Yeah, it has loaded. Now you can see this book. It is a Prentice Hall title. You can straight away see the book like this clearly. Okay, you can go to this book. Same things of going directly or from here. Now see, you can go page by page directly from here to this particular page. You can pick up whatever you want, read, keep your notes ready so that you have everything ready. So this way, as I told you, from this page, we have given you a list of what books are available to you. In chemistry, we have a lot of books which we have made available. You can see the title, see March Organic Chemistry. So almost organic one book, inorganic one book, physical book, analytical, some problems. See Wiley's problem book. So that way we have tried to take care that we give you some basic references. And in Enlist, there are a lot of other ebooks also available. Okay, Carey Organic Chemistry. Okay, Physical Chemistry by Kapoor, Khanpur Analytical Instruments. So a lot of books we have tried to make available for all of you. You can check. But in addition to this, if you require any other books, you are always free to tell your teachers or tell me directly on my mail so that we can try. And this we will do in consultation with your department. We will talk to the teachers, ask them the requirements, and then finally get the book. Okay. So here in this copy kitab link, you have to just put your email ID and you have to say continue. So all the list of books, see here as different subjects in the college, we have got different books here. So molecular structure and spectroscopy, this book is used by physics as well as chemistry students. This is available here for all of you. Organic chemistry book is available. So different subjects have tried to make different books available to all of you as students. Okay, so Enlist is one thing I will again try to show you. Otherwise, it, as I showed you in my PPT, it is very simple and easy to navigate. There is nothing complicated in that as such, that you can just search by the title of the book or the author or any subject that you are looking for. We will try once again. I am actually using the administrator login, but you have to use a member login from here. Okay. So it is again showing me logged in. So I will actually log out and try again. See, if this is showing, that means it is still showing some kind of error, but that error is from their side. I don't know why it is giving this error today. But maybe I can just, go back to the PPT and show you what I want to actually say. So this is what was the Enlist, and these were the list of e-journals and e-books, and you will be able to just click on this search, and from this search you will be able to search based on the title of the book or the what title of the journal. So book title, author, anything you can search from here. It is absolutely fine, easy, very easy to navigate and very easy to find out. Okay, so I had also mentioned to you about Google Scholar. Okay, that we have to use for our research. So when you go to Google Scholar, you can search on any particular topic. Okay, and from here you can see, okay, that here it does not give you anything else, but it gives you proper research papers. There are various filters that you can use, that you want to see papers only after 2017. So you can click on here. There is also an option to create an alert. So if you are doing research in a particular topic, you can say create alert and give your topic here. So okay, if you put your email here, you will get and create alert, you will get an alert in your email. So as and when new papers are added to Google Scholar, you can search from here. Now please look at this link on the right hand side. What does it show? That this paper's full text is available to you from this particular link. So otherwise you are getting only abstract level information. But if you click on this link, PDF, here you will get the full paper. Okay, so this is one of the advantages of Google Scholar, that you come to know the entire full paper. If it is available also, you will come to know from the same search immediately. Okay, sometimes it is not available, sometimes it is available. So wherever it is available on the right hand side, it will show you a link. And then you can get, see for example, now this is an ACS paper. I was telling you that it is not that all publishers will have everything restricted. Some of their papers, after a certain period of time, they make it accessible, or some are available open access. So now you can see the one ACS paper, though we do not have subscription, we can entirely see the entire paper available here, right? So we have to search carefully. We get a lot of things. It is not that just because we do not get access or we do not have access, we are not. But in case of this, now you are not seeing any link on the right hand side. That means this paper is not available full text. Okay, from here. This is also an ACS paper, but not available full text. So various ways to search, various techniques and small tips and tools that you should use when you are searching. Then you will really get relevant information, good information, authentic information, and always evaluate the information that you are using on the internet. Just do not follow anything and pick up everything that is available. Similar to Google, I had mentioned about the Microsoft Academic Search. This is also a very good search engine. Similar to Google Scholar, it will give you only research papers and conference proceedings and other things. But there are several other advantages. Now see, here, because my last search was in biology, it shows me top authors in biology, top institutions in biology. After I search chemistry 2-3 times, here it will give me a list of top authors in chemistry, top institutions in chemistry, top journals in chemistry. Now, because last 2-3 times I have searched for microbiology or other information, I am getting these links. The moment I search, so this is simple. Here you can search and you can see so many things are available here. So you want to do something on, say, biomolecules, you can search here and it will see again similarly. See, looking at these citations also, you understand. Now here it is showing you 9,387 citations. That means this paper is very well read, very well recognized by the other authors in the field, and therefore it is safe to pick up anything from this information. So see the publisher, see which is the journal, and then decide to take this paper for your work. Now when you read, you will get all the abstract level information from here. Sometimes you may get the full paper, sometimes you may not get the full paper. But if you reading the abstract, if you feel that this is important for me, then you can go ahead to search. Now it will show you, see for example, who are the main authors working in this particular area. Now based on this, then you can further refine your search. You would like to read what this author has written or what this particular author has written. Then you can see which are the important journals which publish in this area. So you can check this. Okay, I think this will be enough for you to begin with at MSc first year level, and then as you go and as you search more, I think you will be able to pick up more and more and find out. You will yourself refine your search better and get good articles. For any kind of help, you can always contact me through my email ID. Okay, ma'am will share with you. Today I will be sharing this document with madam for the INFED logins, which all of you can then follow it step by step. Okay, thank you. If you have any questions, you can ask.
Students, you can unmute yourself and also clarify your doubts if you have any, or put it in the chat box. Thank you so much, Meghna ma'am.
Yeah, as you use, you will get queries, because it is not like, we are just bombarding you with information right now. No, it is that if you have 10 information, maybe 1 or 2 will be useful to you. And as you use those, you will understand how to refine and use it better. Okay, so it's good to know more things, but as you use, you will know which is more useful for you at what point of time. Okay, so at least from my side, this was all. It's a long session, and thank you very much for patiently hearing it. And in case you don't have doubts now, you face some doubts later, you can always ask. Okay, thank you very much.
Yes, Meghna ma'am, it was really a wonderful, informative session for our students. I would just like to take a moment to thank you a lot. Thanks for such a journey to raise their awareness for wide range of resources, e-resources available to them.
Yes, thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you, dear students, for patiently hearing all of this over the period of time. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. I just
It was
like
really
to,
nice, Meghna madam. Really nice.
yes.
Even we enjoyed, and
Oh,
even I
ma'am, oh,
enjoyed.
ma'am, you are here.
Yeah, ma'am, Mary ma'am is
Oh,
there. Yeah,
ma'am, yeah.
Really good, huh? The
Yes.
yeah,
students often when they require now, this only a beginning. People may not use
Yes,
it.
yes,
But as
exactly.
we
That is
use
what
it,
I said. It's good to know 10 things, and as we use them,
yeah.
it will be more, they will have doubts later on also. I know at the first stage when they are just hearing this, they cannot have doubts. When they start using, whatever are their difficulties, we will try and solve them.
They should start right from the beginning, start reading so that, they
yeah,
Yes,
get acquainted to it.
yes,
And
yes,
this
yes.
advice to the students, please make use of this good facility we have. Okay. Thank
and
you.
yeah, yes, ma'am. Thank you so much for
Thank
being
you,
with
ma'am.
us, Mary ma'am. You too. And now, as we will be announcing, for presentation for them, so they
Yes,
will
they
definitely
can
make
now
use of
search.
all these
Yes, with this
e-resources.
some
Yeah.
awareness that they have, they will be
Yes.
able to search better. Yes. Thank
I
you.
just would like to reiterate the fact that books are our best companion and
Yes.
philosophers also. So despite the fact that COVID-19 has changed our lives in many ways and the way we read, of course, but then it has also better enabled us, to easily reach out to diverse sources of knowledge with the help of the reading. And you have truly said, there are a lot of e-resources and we should be very selective in selecting those
Yes, we should be
to have,
selective,
yeah.
and our
And
ethical practices should be followed, and this
yes,
should be ingrained right from the beginning so that students do not face any challenges later on.
yeah, I truly agree. Ethical guidelines to be followed during academic work,
Yes,
and
very important. So
proper, yes,
plagiarism and all this they should know right from the beginning so that they can avoid all these practices.
yeah. Good, you have,
All this
familiarized
is
themselves.
unintentional, but because
Yeah, right.
it is necessary for them to be aware as well.
Yes, and good you have familiarized them with the words, plagiarism, authentic work. They will really
Yes.
start with that as they have lots of energy, and they are now going to channelize it in a proper way with such an informative session. Thank you everyone for
Yeah,
being a
thank
part
you.
of this orientation program. Thank you, Meghna ma'am, Mary ma'am. I saw Ritika ma'am also was there. Thanks to Ritika ma'am and all our dear students for attending this orientation program. Thank
Thank
you
you.
all.
My pleasure. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so ma'am, now we are ending today's session, students. Now the platform is yours. As if you want to, introduce yourself to know each other, this platform is now for you all to know each other. So I can leave you if you want to talk to amongst yourself. You can utilize this platform, or else allow me to leave. Okay, so should we leave now? Should we disperse? Okay. We will, Mansi, look out into the login IDs definitely, and I'll talk to the HOD of our department, Varsha Ahuja ma'am, and we'll definitely provide you the login IDs. Okay. Any other queries? You can always write to us. We are in a WhatsApp group. Okay. So thank you, everyone. Thank you all for being with us today.